Welcome back to another Dyson video. Today we have a Dyson V7 or a V8. They're both the same looking and the same model, and we're going to replace the battery, we're going to replace the filter, and we're also going to replace the rear filter here, and we're going to upgrade it to a removable type. So the type you get on the V8 and the upper spec V7s. This is a battery, filter and clean video, and we'll also get to give them the head a quick clean as well. So we have a replacement battery. This is just a cheap battery. The idea of this is just to keep your Dyson going for a bit longer so you don't end up throwing it away. This has already had a cheap replacement battery in the past, and we're just going to fit another replacement battery because that's all you get out of this one now. It's completely dead. So we're going to start with stripping the machine down. Pull the top up as you would normally. In here there are two red buttons. Push the red button and you can slide the top off. With this off, we're going to replace this filter. I have done previous videos showing you how to clean this filter out inside where these get clogged up. So check out my other videos to see how to clean those. But we have a replacement today. So it came as a kit, a replacement battery, the filter upgrade and the top filter, all for around £20ish, and I'll leave a link for that down below in the description. If you want to clean this with this filter out, you can actually soak this in some hot water if yours is old and quite clogged up. If you use something like a disinfectant like Zoflora or any other disinfectant, and just give this a really good wash out in the disinfectant, slosh it out under the tap and then leave it for a day or two to dry, and then that's a really good way of cleaning this. I have done previous videos showing you how to strip these right down, but that will do for most people. So that's the top filter replacement. Very simple. We'll get back to that in a minute. So we want to remove the bin. So on the bottom of the bin you have the red catch. Push the catch, the bin then comes off. Again, you can rinse this under the tap, clean this out, use some disinfectant wipes. You can get this all clean. This is been cleaned previously by me. You want to always check this flap here. Make sure this flap is free moving and not clogged. If your Dyson is pulsing, there's a chance there's a blockage here, in here, or in the filter here. So I've done that in previous videos, so you can rinse that out and clean that if you need to. I'll put that aside. So to replace the battery on this, once you've got it apart, there's two screws here and here. So we're just going to pop these two screws out. These literally are a couple of seconds work. These two screws, flip it over. On the top just here is another screw. Undo that, and the battery replacement is almost done. Put the screw to the side, wiggle the battery, make sure you undo the screws fully, wiggle the battery comes off. Always recycle your battery in a correct manner. Do not just throw it in the rubbish. The difference between the V7 and the V8 is the batteries are very slightly different, as you can see here, but I don't think that's going to affect the batteries. I think the V7, I think that might be a V8. I think this might be a V8 and this is a V7 battery. The V7 battery fits the V8, but the V8 battery doesn't fit in the V7. You can always test it. Good stuff. It's now working, so we can put the screws back in. This battery did come with some screws, but I am going to reuse the original Dyson screws as they are a little bit better. So that's how to replace the battery, and this is a very quick and easy way to bring your old Dyson back to life, because at the minute money's tight. And like I say, this lot cost me, or costs around £20. So I will leave a link in the description how to do the full upgrade. The full upgrade kit that I've got here. So the new filters and the new battery. So if you want to, you can go on there. So we're now going to upgrade the back filter to the removable HEPA type filter. For that, if you've seen any of my previous videos before, we do love a butter knife. All we're going to do with the butter knife is slide this in around the edge here, just into this crack, and just pop. Off comes the back filter. I have done previous videos showing how clogged up these get, but I have cleaned this one previously, not that long ago, and this one's all nice and clean. These do break up. If you don't want to buy one of these type of filters, you can just use a washing up sponge and cut it to shape and fit it in there. I've shown that in previous. What we're going to do to refit the cover on the back is make sure that the big groove there is at the bottom, and we'll clip it on. If your Dyson is having any running issues, check these two connections here. Make sure these are nice and tight and not loose, because when these come loose, it can make your motor run bad, and it can also stop your brush bar from working correctly. So always check these are tight if you're having any of those issues with your Dyson. That's on the V6, V7 and the V8 range. It's not just any particular Dyson that has that issue. They all suffer from that issue. There we are. And now we have the removable rear filter. So now we're going to put it back together to rebuild it. It's very simple. Slide this back on, just like that. Clips on. Oh. And then your top part slides in, locks in. There we go, look at that. Took 5 minutes and the Dyson is running as good as new. So now onto your brush bar. If your brush bar is really clogged up in this area here, it will not run correctly. So with a screwdriver, I mean, it won't suck correctly. You can take the end off again with the butter knife and clean out in your brush bar. Depends what type of brush bar you've got. They all do the same, all come apart in the same way. Take this off, remove any hair from around the ends. As you can see here, we've got quite a lot of hair. You want to remove all of this. New rollers are available, so if you want to replace your rollers, you can get new ones. But any of this hair will definitely stop your Dyson from running correctly. The hair around the ends of the rollers, this is a much better roller design. On the older ones, they used to get caught up in the end. Well, there you go. Get caught up around the end, and used to stop the brush bars from rolling. That just shows you why you need to take these off and clean them, even though the brush bar didn't look too bad. Look at all of that behind the brush bar itself. That won't have too much effect, but once that starts to build up, it will. The rest of the brush bar is clean. Pop that back on. Then you just want to clean out in all of these air passages and remove any excess build up. You want to make sure the air can flow so it can do the best job of cleaning your floors. Look how gummed up that is. That's never going to perform properly. And that's going to help massively. all of the air ducts there were full, stopping the Dyson from sucking correctly. All of this just takes 5 minutes, and it's just general maintenance. It doesn't get done as much as it needs to. Obviously you want to check down through this the hole to make sure there is nothing blocking the airflow. Again, that's the other reason the Dyson pulses, is because of a blockage. And normally it's either in here, in the tube, which you can look down and see, or in the actual head. And I have done previous videos on various different Dysons showing you how to repair them, so have a look through my playlists and see if there's something that will help you out. Right, I think we've got most of the large amounts out of there. It doesn't need to be completely spotless, but if you want to spend a couple more minutes, you can always use a bit of antibacterial spray and some wipes, or some multi-surface cleaner. And there we go. Let's get the rest of that hair off. And then we can just reassemble the brush bar. I think this is the all floors, designed for hard floors and soft carpets. So, but yeah, you can get new rollers if your rollers have worn out and your brushes have worn down. And there we are. A couple of minutes later, let's just check to see how it's going. Perfect. There we go. And that is how to upgrade your filters, replace the battery, and fit new filters, and give your Dyson a clean to get it working like new again. Thanks for watching, guys. Like I say, check out my other videos, and thumbs up are appreciated. I'll see you in the next one.